pious.
No way that happens.
There is too much war.
The issue here is not whether it was an act of terrorism or not.
There is too much.
Innocent people were killed, right? Even though the aim was a political aim, it was innocent people. You can't justify the killing of innocent people. But in a bigger, wider context,
Even anybody knows, because I sincerely believe that them 19 people were the only 19, so the only people who know what would happen and why they did it.
The philosophy that holds one race superior, another inferior, is finally and permanently discredited and abandoned. There shall be war until they're no longer.
What do I think of what Bush and Blair have done in Afghanistan and Iraq? One hell of a big question.
Until the colour of a man's skin is of no more significance than the colour of his eyes, everywhere is war. Until the basic human rights are equally guaranteed to all, regardless of race, everywhere is war.
Sometimes in life you have to know when to keep your mouth shut. Sometimes in life you have to know when to scream as loud as you can. Some issues...
The oil thing, I don't know how it's arisen that they've managed to get to that point where what they do is acceptable and everybody knows why they're doing it. And I just find that whole deal very frustrating.
It's not whether it was an act of terrorism or not. That was clearly it was, because innocent people were killed, right? Even though the aim was a political aim, it was innocent people. You can't justify the killing of innocent people.
Until the ignoble and the miserable redeem my elder brothers in Brixton, Mozambique.
And those people that flew those planes into the buildings, they didn't know that 2 wars were going to, let's say, come as a result of this. It takes terrorism to wake up. But, you know, there has to be a wake-up call in America, and there's plenty of Americans in America that feel exactly the same way.
For keeping the faith and being who you are, holding your head up high and everything, it's more than that. It's knowing where the human race stands today.
And it was just, I think it was more horror that, oh man, that's it now. There's no chance now, everyone's going to blow the whole world up. You know, I thought it was going to just go off nutty.
It's the way you portray your anger and your frustration. So the group of fundamental guys have decided to do it through a band.
I said the war in the east. We got some war in the west. War up north. I didn't forget the south. Rumors of war. Until that done this whole global continent, we shall not know peace. But we all will fight. We fight it necessary.
Some guys decided to do suicide. These guys are politically angry for whatever reason it is, and they're choosing that
Life,
path.
and I'm ready to burn the world down sometimes, you know, and I'm first thing, oh my God, if that happened to me, I would do this. If that happened to me, I would do that. No way would that happen today. We just wouldn't take it. And, you know, at the same time, I really have to think, is that the right stance?
It's not as simple as skin colour. You know, white is a political colour, so is black. If we toe the line enough, we can have the luxury of living in a white society. So it is a political affiliation that only certain people can have. And the same with being black, it's a political affiliation. You know, black, you know, represents a certain aspiration, a certain policy, you know what I mean?
But I think, I don't think it's as clear cut who is responsible for what. Whether the people are responsible for the people in power's division.
And he got the ultimate, reward for his collaboration with America, which is, being ousted when he didn't play their tune anymore. He's no different from Noriega. He's no different from what's going to happen to Musharraf. He's no different from anyone who plays along with America. If you dance with the devil, you better know the steps.
For years and years, lefties, anarchists, punks, even normal like kind of non-identifiable people would always talk about America needs to be hit. This big empire. Blah 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 blah.
Just a minute!
15 million people took to the streets basically around the world to protest at the actions of Mr. Blair and Mr. Bush regarding the war. These are just not people that come from a range of backgrounds.
The globalization movement, even they themselves now have been suppressed. The government view those people as potential terrorists against the state.
Obviously my mum's an educated woman, and what she done then, why wouldn't it be right now? And I think about people like Martin Luther King, Gandhi, and who had a similar philosophy, and it would be easy for me to say now, well, right now, if that happened, we just burn shit, we just be violent, we just do that, couldn't happen now.
And I guess it absolutely depends on how you want to take it, whether you're going to go out and attack, which I've seen plenty of people do, and I've seen plenty of Asians sort of beat up on whites just as a base response to the kind of things that they've had to deal with. And frankly, I just found that as just being just as fucking brain dead, just as moronic as the rest of it, really. So.
But Martin Luther King summed it up for me. You turn the other cheek and somebody will slice it. It's not, they won't kiss you on the cheek, they won't embrace you, they won't respect you for being peaceful.
They are never let us cross the barrier because they give chance for mainstream people just only for little time, for little while.
I'm an evil man. Don't you bother with me.
You've been given a vote, use it. Now, in kind of regular terms, you could say, yeah, well, that is my power. But in the bigger scheme of things, I think it's all a sort of lie, really. Invited us back to play a full-on set in South Africa, and we were just, we weren't just upset with all the white folks there, what they've done to essentially to identify a community of black people, but it was also the Asian people of how they'd contributed to that poison and how how they'd been affected. I mean, we encountered some Asian people who had like very poisoned mind and observation of black people, and so we encountered a certain episode.
They abused the blacks physically and mentally, and they abused their own population mentally. because they deceived them, they told them lies, they said that we were this, they said that black people were that. So then therefore people said, okay, you know, our master has said this, so we believe our master.
Now the point is, and the test for any people in those countries, is that are you accepting your wealth on the basis of someone else's sadness?
What we're about is actually going out there and using our stage as a political status, using that stage as a political form, and actually, perhaps from time to time, it may come across aggressive, but that's how we see it, because what it's about the frustrations of young people.
The band that voiced a lot of opinions that other people refused or daren't voice. For example, I entered a debate the other day with somebody about reparation to the African diaspora of people who are now misplaced, and their attitude is there should be no reparation. Now, it's not a conversation you get into with people on a day-to-day basis. It's not something that you actually talk to most people about, but certainly whatever views they might hold were voiced by Fundamental.
There's me looking for the Daily Mirror, the Sun, and there's everyone on the plane getting the Guardian and the Times, the papers I've never heard of. But what's going on here? There's big spread papers and there's D sitting in one corner reading this and going, oh, Aki, look at this, have you read this, have you read this? And I'm thinking, what's going on here? I don't understand this politics.
That was good, and that was, for me, just suited me perfectly to be in a band who I can just like be honest. Because as long as you're not saying everything, you're not being honest, man.
We've travelled to America, and I just mentioned that we went to America, and it was this person was like, "Why'd you go to America for? You know, they're doing this to us and doing this, you know, that to us and everything." So I was kind of like, "Oh, well, you want to see Fundamental?"
I'm a guy who's never had a fight in his life. I'm not raised stiff. I mean, fist. It's like, stiff. I've not raised this fist to anyone in the world, right?
This was fucking beautiful. I don't know if I'm supposed to swear in this, but I'm going to say this was beautiful, yeah?
Say what you want to say.
Alright, man. We did a show in Japan. Okay. Did a show in Japan. Don't know what time the show was. It was a hard show. I don't know if you remember, it was the show where I was on that chair and we did a show in Japan. It was a wicked show, a beautiful show. And what happened was in Fundamental, when we did live shows that were beautiful, we knew it, we felt it, man.
And now I'm in Kazakhstan, these big Kazakhstani blokes who want to kill me for no reason. I'll go into a shop and a big mush, and supposedly I was in his way, he wanted to get a chocolate saying,
Just like D was thrown into deep end. Got a gig in Paris.
That's right.
And we kept on stating to him, you have to go mad. And he was like, you know, he had this like hip hop persona. Oh yeah, man, all these guys, blah blah blah. They don't know what madness is. I give them madness.
Come on to do the gig, and I was standing backstage behind a curtain, and everyone went on, and I shit my pants, basically. I was standing to shit my pants. I peeked through like that, and I was just watching. I was thinking, fucking hell, what the fuck are these guys doing? How the fuck can I do that? Because I was still in like baby hip hop mode, you know? I was gonna come on, or whatever, you know what I mean? I think that was mad bad moves or something. But D was like, you were just going nuts. Like nuts. Aki was going nuts.
Yes, first time I was not sure I can play with the Fundamental, because Fundamental is a very loud music.
Upset the other people by saying that they should go down and kiss the feet of black people and ask for forgiveness for what they did, which isn't it's no big deal. It should be done. And it was amazing how people found that really offensive, and especially white people came up to us after the gig, and some of the war mad people came up to us and said, "Oh, that's you don't understand how white people feel about it." It's like, I don't give a shit. And this was coming from liberals, well-educated, intelligent, travelled, global people.
Has it changed much in Australia since you've been here last?
You can only tell me that. Has it changed? Has Australia changed?
We can't notice. We live here. We don't notice change.
Yeah.
As you can see by my fashion today.
Have the Aborigines got their land?
No.
No. So
No.
it's not changed.
So it's not changed.
Nothing's changed.
Enough.
Nothing's changed.
Down that way, when we came across people, from the AWB to people that were involved in the ANC, people that had actually we went to Soweto and we went to Alexandria, and we just, we saw how people had been affected, and it all came down to money. The apartheid system was tolerated because of, financial gain. And you see it, and it really brings it home that how low, how fucked up people are to take people off fertile land and move them hundreds of miles away to barren land. To drive through to a place like Alexandria, which is part of Johannesburg, you have to drive through a nice neighborhood that has high security walls and swimming pools. To when you land in, or when you arrive in Alexandria, people have to walk to go get water, and all the people that have to get water are black, and all the people that live in this community where it's just dust and barren are black, and there are people living in corrugated iron shacks. Meanwhile, this country is very, very rich, So it fucked my head up. It fucked all of our heads up.
Even though people might say, "Oh, well, apartheid's over and done with," my question was, how did you let it exist so long?
Things like the PLO scarf and everything like this, it's a symbol of oppression, resistance, fighting back.
And what wasn't really at that time, but for me it was just energy. That's all it was about, was really spirit, and it's almost like a blind spirit that you have, just as long as it's fucking not lying down.
That's not right. It's not bad, because I seen Aki, and when he's hitting his head, and D is gone so angry. Why is they both gone angry? Because they just want to show the express on the feeling to people. What they can do other thing? They can't stop the world. They don't fight.
And through the record label, we were also managing people like Talvin, and I wanted to, I had to talk to Talvin about doing an idea of a band which was more like the Asian version of kind of Public Enemy, where we use all the sounds from Asia but have this real heavy political, lyrical element. But he wasn't interested. He was of a different generation. And then suddenly I was approached by this promoter, Wilf Walker, who said, "Oh, I'm doing the Notting Hill Carnival. I've just lost a band. Do you want to get something together?" So within 7 days, I had these samplers in front of me, which I knew how to use. And then I called some people in Bradford who I knew, and they came down and we just wrote 8 songs. We wrote 8 songs in a week, performed at Notting Hill Carnival, totally, blew the stage up, and people were really kind of taken back by the whole projection of the band and what we were talking about. And that's how fundamentally we started.
Love and respect. Please, no, which one do you want?
The imagery of strength and power, but that the music matched as well. And I think that's where I first recall the whole idea, the spirit of Fundamental came from.
Soweto, it was terrible. And is this much any better?
threatened and intimidated.
But the problem, you see, is very clear.
We've got a lot to learn and we've got a lot to change a lot, and just when people think it's all right, it's actually not. Get off your ass.
Black people are expendable. That's what this is saying. A lot of people that complain about what we say and we shouldn't come here to criticize should get their...
Somebody comes somewhere now where it's all alien, isn't it? They came in the my dad came in the 1970s, which is quite late.
First born to Sylvian and Dorothy Watts, originally from Barbados.
We drove up to Bradford. I actually recall driving around the corner and seeing this big church on the corner, and being like, it looked really sinister, and that was at the top of our street. And my dad had purchased a house off his friend for something like £300, which was a back-to-back house, and we lived around the back. It was the old mill houses for the workers, and that was it. It was number 33 Baird Street.
Let's go. Yeah. Do you want to tell us what the song's all about?
Countryman is all about our parents, our black parents, coming, to the West, to the so-called promised land, and as immigrants coming here and expecting to be treated well because they want to put something back into society, and and what they've had to kind of combat.
Yeah. I mean, my dad was was a Molvi,
a priest.
A priest, yeah. And I guess the story of all the sons of priests, what happens to them.
Did you actually enjoy singing the Nart?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
what was it about? What was it about Narts that attracted you?
Well, in fact, it's not something that you're necessarily sort of attracted to. It's just part of the sort of upbringing that's part of your household, and at that sort of tender an age, you do what your father decrees, and of course, some stages you sort of loathe this thing, it's all part of growing up, but of course, later on down the line, you're kind of thankful for it, because you realise that not many people have the opportunity to do it,
I'm doing music since about 25 to 26 years, and I'm just think I'm a student, and I'm just know about only one drop, and the people, my father was said music is like sea, is never ever going to finish. They are both right people, and they are, whatever they said, they are perfectly right. And music is for music, I think a person needs 2 and 3 lives.
We all start off as from the sperm and egg. This is just talking biological, right? Religion might mean I come from someone's rib or whatever, right? They might put it like that. But you're the sperm, right? There's millions of sperms, and each one's on a mission. They see that egg, it's like, they're all there just whatever, playing cards, and then all of a sudden, ting, they're gone. They're not even like, right boys, you heard that? It's all for one. Fuck him. Fuck that, he's my mate in this card game. They're swimming like fuck down that fallopian tube, trying to get to that egg. No, it's just true. This is, and they don't, and they tire out. These sperm. They only have a certain time space to reach that. So they reach it, and when they get there, there's enough. They're all there. There's enough fast people there. They're all round, all boxing that membrane, trying to get in it, and only one can get in to germinate that egg. And that one, you imagine that he went through all that, and he still can bust down the walls of Jericho or whatever and go tumbling down inside. And that is a part of you. So we're part of a championship material. You come into this world and everyone's trying to make you feel like a beggar or a loser, and you're always having to battle. And to me, that's like rubbish. You're already battlers. You're champions. Everyone's a champion. You're in this world. You're chosen. The Creator, the universe, has given you that. They put you there as well. We're all chosen. It's what you choose to do with your life.
Nah. English is my first language. How the hell did English become my first and only language? My name is David Watts. What kind of... that's an English name. I mean, the English have been in Barbados since since what? The 1600s. Barbados is the most anglicized of all the Caribbean islands. I was born here, I speak English. How the hell can I feel complete?
Would you see yourself as British?
I have a British passport. I live in England. But I don't, you know, when I've always encountered this question, for me, my answer was I am, and that's good enough for me.
It's really important. One is that if Norman Tebbit is, you know, is what Britishness is, and I'm sure a lot of people who are even British don't want to be British. And
what do you mean by that? That people who are British don't want to be British?
I don't even understand what British culture is. I've been here, you know, all my life, and no one's ever explained to me what is to be British. And also, Norman Tebbit is asking people to endorse British history. That would be like asking the Germans to accept their history. It's just fascism.
I said, you can't say it's a quite close community because, again, from what I perceive, I see young children leaving their family at a very young age. How's that a quite close community? You see, and it was interesting, and I didn't ask this question to one person, I asked several, we were sitting there. None of them gave a different answer, so that's one thing which has made me question myself. I'm living in this country in England, what is your culture? Does it have a culture, or are you using everyone else's culture, different nationalities it has, to make its own culture, if you see where I'm coming from?
People are sort of indebted to black children because we follow their culture, you know, right from, because early on there was no real role models for Asian people in this country.
So I see all the other countries and other cultures, and I'm quite open to all the other cultures as well. I would rather like to live somewhere else, actually.
Yeah, man. All original militant youth, all conscious youth, listen fundamental, cause you know say we don't ramp with it. Original propaganda, lick the dots, cause you know say we don't ramp with it. We just going to walk out of India.
Fucking dickheads, we're gonna hang you for burning the British flag. You'll hang from every fucking flagpole in Britain for burning the Union Jack, you bastard.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Oh yeah? I don't think so! I don't think so! No, I don't think so! One time, check it out!
You just get it right because of what's going on. You're not hiding away from what's around you. You're not afraid to say this is happening, and you're also not afraid to say this is going to happen. That Dog Tribe video, I mean, first of all, it's just a banging song. Even today, it's a banging song, man. It means so much. I mean, listen to the passion in Musta's voice. Man, you know what I'm saying? That's a bang. That's passion. And a lot of times, yeah, you hear a song on the radio, and you're like, man, oh man, you hear these tracks, man, and then you see the video, you're like,
Skin-headed warrior, fighting for the country, killing black children, and burning Bengalis. Enough is enough. People think I'm gonna lose my mind, cause I'm not afraid to die.
you feel it. You can see Mushtaq in the studio, spitting them lyrics, you can see him. And then the video came out, and you know what? He meant it, man.
Listen, let's go all about violence.
Aki, let this gentleman make his point.
Yeah,
go on.
I mean, I think the way you look there, you don't look very, you do look like a violent kind of a person.
Well, that's a bit of a judgment. No, that's a...
Why do you think people are not going to rise or struggle against it?
I think there's a whole load of reasons. And for most people, say, obviously in England is what we have experience of, or what I have experience of most. For most people in England, it just doesn't bother them.
The work that you've been doing down here in Ultada at the Music and Arts Centre?
Yeah, we just came down here and we set up a workshop, and we put down a backing track from Fundamental, which is the backing track's a new track which we made, but the lyrics are from Bob Marley, War. And we just wanted people to just jam on it, feel confident, and just like freestyle on it and things like this. You did your version.
But with Fundamental, because it was like it always felt like they're like a people's band.
Now we've had an incident, okay, which is an attack on America that gives them carte blanche right to go into Afghanistan. You can't have. Historically, I only know like 40 years of people trying to get into Afghanistan. And it can't be a coincidence that suddenly a superpower then has the, in their words, moral right to go into Afghanistan, the moral right to go back to Iraq. Where was the moral right in Rwanda? Where was the moral right in other conflicts where there was immorality?
I know a few years ago the gold was free, now my soul is free. Though we still sweat hard, our pride is unscarred, my people die hard.
Represent the law and represent all this justice and things like that, who are taking the law into their own hands. I hope it's a lesson for the police in Bradford. I hope it's a lesson for the police throughout England that they've got to wake up and they've got to stop reading these analysis of the Asian community from the 1950s or 60s, said that they were really passive.
I hope you're not saying on this program, live, to all the people who are listening to this and watching this, that it is all right to break the law. It is not. Whether you're an Asian or not, it doesn't matter.
It's all right to break the law if the law doesn't protect you.
Not at all.
Absolutely.
We have to be very careful as
if I attacked your mother, what would you do?
I would call the police.
Yeah, and if they didn't do
anything. But that is not the point at hand.
And
the point at hand is
What Fundamental is about debate. Let people speak honestly and freely. Yeah? Let them speak. If they're a fascist, let them speak. Yeah, let them speak. What if they're saying something? Or some aspect of what they're saying is based on truth, but they're misguided on the reaction to it. You know what I mean? But there's got to be, you know what I mean? There's got to be some reason why they have that kind of level of anger. Let them talk. You know what I mean? And this is, whenever you try to shut off debate, you're creating a totalitarian society.
All the sisters, the mothers, the aunties in the world. Our love, respect and devotion to goes out to all. All the brothers in the world. You gotta look after your sisters, yeah.
My dad being a priest, and of course, it seems that all sort of atheists really have had serious religious upbringings to sort of deal with. It seems to me that God's a lot of the problems of this world.
It's all happy, jolly. The only ambition and goal is to make people laugh and smile out there, have a good time, forget about everything, enjoy life, enjoy the sun, and you can actually smile there on stage and get carried away and act all fit and look nice and handsome for everyone and impress the girls. That's what it is with that band. When it comes to Fundamental, it's something totally different.
They can't stop the world. They don't fight, and they have only this kind of things to show the people that this. I think don't think this is bad. And some people they understand why they are in pain.
Because the politics are right. They're talking about us youth, the forgotten youth. You know what I mean? The youth of Asia. They're chatting about us. You know what I mean?
That's our people.
The music moves you, and the politics gets you as well. Why? I mean, it's like bands in the 80s, you know, the Beat, the Specials, etc., the Clash. They moved you at the same time. The politics that you're thinking at the time and afterwards. So it's both.
Return again soon? No. Are you going to come back soon?
Yeah, we're going to come back soon. Can I just say something?
All right.
If you don't mind.
You say something.
There's loads of statues around Australia, and they're not honest statues. So I think all young people should go put a bit of graffiti on them. Because all these people are all killers and murderers, man. But 80% of them.
Just a wicked man who don't settle down. Mr. Evil I'm just a wicked man. I'm gonna dig a plan. Cause I'm a militant. Bushman, white man. Just a wicked man. Who don't give a damn. I want it all, man. Ain't a white man. Just a black man. I don't give a man. Just me, Mr. Bushman. I'm just a wicked man. I'm just a wicked man. Huh? Boy, thank you.